Welcome back to Project Epoch. My name's Will and I've been following this project since about 2021, a project that brings Vanilla Plus in a new version of Azeroth with buffed mobs, scaled numbers, and really cool custom content. With a shaky launch and following on from my journey so far video, there's been lots of developments, experiences as well, and many deaths. But sit down, grab a drink and enjoy as we go through my proper journey on Epoch, part 1. So if you remember my last video, you might be thinking, yes, this is his paladin, Arxium. But this is not the same paladin. Unfortunately, Epoch decided it would postpone the relaunch, bringing the characters from their core into Ascensions. And yes, news bit 2, Epoch is using Ascension's launcher and server. I've mentioned both of these bitter pills early because even despite losing my level 14 paladin, hours of late NA nights getting 1 hour playtimes in, this new launch, this new horizon was genuinely really worth it. And without hesitation, this has been the most enjoyable private server for me, probably ever. Right, so with that pill swallowed, back to level 1 we go. Gonna have a bit of a montage in the background while we get up to where I promised last video, but it was a really lovely time getting back up. I missed the actual launch time as it was like 6 AM for me, and well, I had stuff to do. Anyway, after weeks of trying to get guildies in, like established and settled, it was really nice to see everyone on and leveling. Though certain hurdles had arisen, like the 100 gold guild bank first slot, but we'll get to that when we get to it. Anyway, finally, Deadmines level. Well, not actually. I was minding my business in Redridge Mountains when a guildie asked if my protection paladin would fancy healing Deadmines. Buffed Deadmines. Sure. Spirits were high, none of us had seen it yet, and I was really excited. We found a secret spot with a little rare rat elite that dropped a pet, wiped many times, and relived Mimiron hard mode at level 17 with Mr. Smite. And as an avid, long, difficult dungeon lover, this just absolutely hit the spot. The boat was amazing, the boss fights were amazing, and I wasn't expecting to raid lead this early on. And as we finished and moved on, we had some more spots to tackle with new elites in Loch Medan. I actually didn't really touch Redridge this time around as the gnolls were dual wielding and just absolutely rolled my poor little paladin. Because the world is difficult and it did naturally bring people together, which was the main concept I loved about Epoch. Like, it is us against the world. There were some like extra custom zones, kind of quests and odd bits, and I will say that there is no proper lore differences. Like, the lore is virtually unchanged from my perspective so far. That might change in part 2, but as far as I'm aware, from 1 to 30, each zone retains the same story. But the extra quests make up the missing pieces to kind of level smoother. So your vanilla experience is smoother without altering the story too much. I did have many doubts after the shaky launch. My specific worry was that Epoch would back out of their promise to deliver. Not as a reflection of them, but as a result of the pressure building up against them. Like, with many disgruntled players sending hate messages to them. Hate messages to a team that have worked on a passion project for the last 5 years, building a perfect space of what they envisioned Classic to be. They didn't owe us this, but they had given us what Blizzard owed us. But with that said, we do end our journey here at level 30. So far, this has been an absolutely wonderful journey with some really wonderful people. So far, so good. I've really been taking my time and kind of enjoying it, which is why I've split this into a part 1 and a part 2. as I will, you know, I want to continue enjoying it and then bringing you that experience afterwards. But between South Shore, which has a bunch of new quests, and STV, which I've noticed has a Ring of Blood style Nagrand arena, that will be where the journey begins next. So do stay tuned for part 2. Thank you so much for watching and have a lovely day.